Today, I'm back with another physical media challenge video for you all. Today, I'm taking on the 4K Kings Halloween challenge, which means I have to pick a movie for every letter of Halloween that surrounds the spooky season. So I got 9 titles here, some great recommendations. So let's get right into this awesome, horrific list. So starting with H. So with H, I know I could have pulled the classic original Halloween, my favorite horror movie of all time, but you know what? I didn't want to pull the first one. I actually went and pulled Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. This is an awesome movie. It is underrated a lot of the times because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, but to me, it's actually one of the best Halloween movies out there, and it's just perfect for the Halloween holiday, the October season, fall, spooky season. It is awesome. It's basically a horror, sci-fi kind of anthology tale. It got some great, creepy, catchy music. I mean, the countdown to Halloween is just, it will get stuck inside your head. I mean, it is fantastic, but a really good creepy story idea. The costumes are really awesome in it, and this movie just gets better every time I watch it. Plus, it's an awesome Scream Factory release. The slipcover with this 4K edition is fantastic. I mean, look at that great artwork. That artwork is gorgeous. I mean, just so amazing. So yeah, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I had to recommend that first because it's such a good movie to capture the Halloween holiday. All right, next we're getting into the letter A, and for letter A, I went with basically a creature feature here, a monster movie, as it will, with an animal. So this is going to be Alligator. Yes, Alligator. This is such a fun movie. I picked this one up actually recently and just really enjoyed it. It's basically kind of like Jaws, but with an alligator. Now, not as good as Jaws, because, you know, that's an all-time epic classic with the great score and Spielberg behind it, but Alligator is still a fun movie. Yeah, it has some cheesy parts. Yeah, that alligator does kind of look silly in some moments, but how it's filmed, I think they pull it off for the most part. There's some great just practical effect work here with all the fake blood and whatnot. So yeah, I think this is a really enjoyable movie, and Scream Factory did a fabulous job with this one, adding in so many great new special features. I mean, this is a pickup that's worth one special feature alone, and that is the Bryan Cranston interview, where he just talks about how important the Alligator movie was to him, and how, wow, that was just so powerful for those that really like talking about filmmaking. So Alligator, Scream Factory release, had to recommend this one. Such a fun movie for the spooky season. Really great. Really like that monster movie. All right, next, getting into the first L, and that is going to be They Live. Yes, I'm a massive They Live fan. It's one of my favorite John Carpenter's movie. Actually, this one is my second favorite Carpenter movie, right behind the original Halloween. But I just really love this movie. It gets better every time I watch it. It has that social commentary in there that's even more relevant today, so it definitely keeps up with the time. It has some of the best lines in history, like the bubblegum chewing line. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about. It is so wonderful. And then I just think it's a very creative Carpenter movie because it's not just all horror. You get sci-fi in there, you get action, and then the sunglasses, just a really cool idea. And those alien designs are just really interesting and like creepy looking. And then of course you get, you know, Rodney Piper in there, a great wrestler, and the fight scene in there. It's a super long, outrageous fight scene, but it's still really cool and still really enjoyable. So many great things to this movie. I mean, They Live. You can't go wrong with that recommendation right there. All right, next we're going to go with a more recent release, and that is going to be The Lost Boys for the second L. One of my favorite vampire movies of all time. This one is so fun for the spooky season. You just got these cool looking vampires, kind of a punk rock style, just in how they dress, and really good practical effects with their eyes and just fangs and everything. I mean, it's really, really cool and just a fun, easy watching movie. It's not a hard R movie or anything like that. It's more like a teenage vampire story. And once it gets to that home invasion invasion scene at the end where it's like Home Alone style, going against the vampires, fighting them off. I think that's such a cool part of the movie. So the third act is really good, especially with a little twist thrown in there. So just a very fun movie overall. Yeah, The Lost Boys, can't go wrong with that recommendation either. All right, next, going with now O actually pulled a complete collection here, a nice little Scream Factory box set, and you're probably already guessing it, but it's going to be the Omen right here, the Omen Collection Deluxe Edition. I just love this collection from Scream Factory. It is so cool. You get all the Omen movies in there. Look at that. Omen 1, 2, 3, The Awakening, and then the remake of The Omen. So yeah, you get 5 movies right there. Excellent additions. Really, really cool. But if I had to pick one out of this set, my favorite Omen movie, I will go with the first one. I mean, 4K King, this pick is all for you. It's such a great movie. Awesome lines in the movie. It is so creepy and atmospheric. The score is perfect. I mean, you got Richard Donner directing it, the one who directed Superman, the movie. I mean, it's just really well-made film. And then I do like the second Omen as well, you know, The Omen 2. That's a really good movie too, but that becomes more of a complete slasher film, where I really like the first one because it's like, you don't know, is this the devil? Is this not the devil? You know, you're kind of, you know, in the middle. Is it just very coincidental? And so they leave it kind of, you know, up to interpretation. So I do like the first one for that just a little bit more, but amazing box set too with this collection. Definitely can recommend this one if you can still get it out there. All right, next we are going now to W. Yes, we're on to W. And I got another collection right here. And this is going to be, yes, Wishmaster Collection. Look at this restaurant title collector series right here. So you get the 4 film sets. So yeah, all 4 Wishmaster movies. Now, I do like the first 2 Wishmaster movies in particular. The first one is quite intriguing of an idea, just having this you know, evil genie grant these wishes, but they don't turn out so good. So it's like a monkey paw kind of story, just very you know, clever of an idea with having the evil genie. And you know, it's just really creepy. And you know what these wishes actually turn out to be are just like, oh my goodness, you're like, what am I watching? It is really just kind of creepy feeling. But yeah, definitely Wishmaster 1 and 2 are awesome. First one, of course, my favorite. Now 3 and 4, they switched to a different actor for the evil genie. So I don't, you know, I definitely prefer the actor in the first 2 movies, just more iconic to me. But overall, like I said, a decent little collection here. Really cool. Yeah, really like, you know, the set of horror movies. All right, next, I'm going to get into our first E here. So our first E is going to be the Evil Dead collection right here with the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. This is the 4K steelbook. I just love the way this steelbook looks. Very cool with the slipcover as well. But great set of movies here directed by Sam Raimi. The first one is definitely more straight up horror, where the second one gets more horror comedy. But both are really cool. I mean, you got Ash in there by you know, played by Bruce Campbell, who's great in the movie. I mean, he just kind of has a certain persona to him, just kind of a certain attitude about him. So really cool character, especially when he gets the chainsaw arm. I mean, wow, that is just very creative. And of course, all the Deadites are just so creepy and just, oh my goodness, just very disturbing. Some of them really good practical effect work, you know, done on a very cheap budget. So, you know, this just shows off what Sam Raimi can do. So both are great movies. If I had to pick between the two, ooh, tough call. You know what? I'd probably go the first one though. But both are quite good. I mean, just, yeah, excellent titles and look really great on 4K as well. All right, next, gonna have to go with the second E here, and we're gonna go with another Evil Dead movie, but this is gonna be the Evil Dead remake. Now, I was pretty disappointed with the Scream Factory release of this one, not giving us new special features, only giving us a 4K disc, and not discounting the price at all. But the movie overall is very good. It's one of the best remakes there of all time. You know, this, The Fly are both really good horror remakes. But yeah, this one is just so like disturbing with all the buckets of blood they use and just the performances here. And it doesn't take anything away from the classic Evil Dead movies because they use a whole bunch of new group of characters. So they're not trying to redo characters, which I really appreciate it, but very atmospheric, very terrifying of a story. But it also has that dark comedy in there. So I found myself laughing a little bit more in this second watch of this film. But I know, you know, that's totally probably intended to have those dark comedic moments, just because that's what the Evil Dead franchise is really known for, mixing the horror, mixing the comedy. So Evil Dead Remake, if you haven't seen this one yet, yeah, this one is very scary. Yeah, excellent, excellent horror movie right there. All right, now we're on to the final title, and this is for N. So final title here. Which one did I go with to cap this off? And you know, because I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, had to get a little bit of a super title in there. So I had to go with the superhero horror movie that stood out for the letter N, and that is going to be The New Mutants. Yes, The New Mutants. I actually like this movie more than most. I think it combines the two genres perfectly of horror and superheroes. I don't know how you could do it much better than this one. So I like all the creepy imagery in here. I mean, it shows like, okay, if you're a mutant and you have superpowers, it may not be all fun and games. Like, these might be terrifying powers to have. People around you might be scared of you. I mean, they just might go haywire, some of these powers. So I think all the power sets in here are really cool to look at. I think all the creepy imagery works really well. I think the cast of characters is good. You got good acting talent. I mean, you got Anya Taylor-Joy in here. I mean, excellent, just excellent all around. This movie doesn't get any love. I don't understand why. I think it's a really good, solid movie to start off The New Mutants. I would like to see where this franchise would have gone, but unfortunately, we're probably not going to get that. But overall, I think it's a fun movie. Not a perfect movie. Yeah, there's some flaws in there, but for mixing horror into the superhero genre, like I said, I just think they did a solid job with a first title there. But yeah, that's all my 9 titles that represent the word Halloween for spooky season. It was so fun to have this challenge from the 4K King. I know I got to it a little bit late, but I'm glad I finally got to it as we're getting closer to Halloween, just to kind of celebrate the season a little bit more. But definitely let me know in the comments below, what would have been your ranking list for the Halloween word? I mean, what 9 titles might you have chosen? Do you agree with some of my titles being some of the best horror movies of all time? Or just which ones would you have picked in general? And which ones do you think just really represent the Halloween season, the spooky season, the best? Let's share our fun movie picks down below and have some great movie discussions. And if you're visiting the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this awesome league of mega film fans, make sure you subscribe right now. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. We're gonna get you, not another piece. And if you enjoyed this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.